Good afternoon. My theologian is Charles Granson Finley. He was basically an American Presbyterian minister. He was the father of old revivalism. He also was a president at a college from 1835. He taught Oberlin College of Ohio. What we know about him, he was born in 1792. He had died in 1875. To know more about him, he married three women. The first one was Lydia, second was Elizabeth, and the next one was Rebecca. And in his days of living, Finley started his studies at 29. He started studying theological under George Washington Gale, a licensed minister in Presbyterian church. So he made a very impactful move in the Presbyterian denomination. He would set some goals and he would accomplish his goals. And that's one thing that he done, that he was a goal person that always wanted to achieve things and make things a whole lot better. So to know more about him, I say he personal life, he was married twice. He was a widower 3 times. And every last woman that he was with, he always took them on revival tours. Finley has a great-grandson also named Charles Finley. He became an author. And so he has generational kids and grandkids. And so to go deeper, his theological, Finley was a new school Presbyterian preacher. A lot of times the Presbyterian is not as high as a Baptist. And so he was a new school Presbyterian, and Presbyterian is not talked about a lot. And so we see that his theological was similar to a man named Nathaniel William. We should know that Finley had so many theories. One of his theories was the atonement combines principles from different historical theories. Notable the moral influence theory, but cannot be associated exclusively with either of them. And so he had so many theories of letting people understand the Bible and knowing that the Bible has truth in it. And so going to the Presbyterian, he didn't want a loud crowd. Not saying Baptists are loud, but he wanted a crowd that's mellow, which we see the Presbyterians are very mellow. And so Mr. Charles Finley had revivals. Finley was an active revivalist from 1825 to 1835 in Jefferson County. In the years Manhattan in 1830 and 1831, he led a revival in Rochester, New York. And anytime you lead a revival, it takes a lot of courage because you have a lot of people that needs reviving. And so we see that Charles was a leader, and he was a leader in New York. Also to note this, Finley was known for his invitations in preaching in the conduct of religious meetings. And so he was well known. It's good that people know you, but do they really know you? And so he wanted to be known as he preached the word of God. And so also to note at this point, which often impacted in the entire committees, he would go on and have invitations, including having women pray out loud in public meetings. It didn't matter if they was Mexican, white, black, male, female. He just wanted to make sure they prayed out loud. A lot of people pray out loud. And so the introduction made a pivotal move of having this. Finley had a deep insight into the almost immutable inner races of human depravity. He poured the floods of gospel love upon the audience. And so it's key to whatever God put on your heart, that the things that dwell in you, that it'll dwell out to the people so they can be able to understand the word of God. And that's what Charles Finley done. He was a strong preacher that was willing to preach the word of God, to willing to stand on the word of God. And so Charles Finley, he's a great man that preached in the Presbyterian, and he's a man that made an impact in history. And that's all the keynotes on Charles Finley. Great man, had 3 wives, led a impact on life and history, and he changed a little bit of history by his revival, by his theological, and by him going to school and being a president. He was very known. And so Charles Finley, great man, great theologian, and that was my selection, Charles Finley.